Eric, North Carolina, you're on the Wilkow Majority. Hello.
I listen to your listeners, and I love making money, and I just don't understand how that one individual can paint a picture over this great American society about who's lazy, who's getting additional subsidized. Everybody gets subsidized, from the people who can't work, to people who are hurt, to our 500 Fortune companies, some way, some manner, some form. And for him to point out that one instance as far as someone having bad luck or just can't do it and say they're all lazy, is just uncommon, not fair, and it's just statistically not true.
Do you think that everybody getting some kind of subsidy is a good way to run an economy in a society?
Well, I mean, we can argue that point all
Well,
the
no,
time.
I mean, I'll give you Bastiat's 3 forms of plunder, then I'll give you my own 4th. You have everybody plunders everybody, nobody plunders anybody, the few plunder the majority, and I'll give you the majority plunder the few. So which of those 4, everybody plunders everybody, nobody plunders everybody, the many plunder the few plunder the many, do you think is the proper way to run an economy in a society?
Well, Wilkow, let's back up. In a perfect world, no one gets over anybody.
Okay,
but let me finish my point.
Okay.
But for you to point out the lowest, most vulnerable, and say they're all crooks and
I absolutely, positively did not say that.
Well,
I absolutely, positively did not use that language in any way, shape, or form.
Well, that's the way I take it when your caller speaks and says, "Hey, we were disincentivized."
Well, so hold on a second. So I know what I said because I was there when I said it, and you heard something else, maybe the voice in your head. Because I know what I said, I know exactly where I was going with it, and you heard Charlie Brown's teacher.
No, you must have heard Charlie Brown's.
Okay, so you tell me where you got that I am literally looking.
Actually, let me finish my point, and then you will have a clear understanding of what I'm saying. We're talking about people taking advantage of our government system, this great country. And what I'm trying to point out is that one combinator is folks or individuals who happen to have bad luck versus the corporation who happens to have great tax attorneys and things of that nature. One would argue that they would get more subsidized than the average Joe that gets hurt.
No, hold on a second. Okay. This is where you're 100% wrong. First of all, having a great tax attorney, do you want companies to hire lousy tax attorneys?
No.
Okay, so by nature, if you're hiring a tax attorney, you're looking to hire a good one. The government creates the loopholes. That's who creates it. Corporations can't create them. They're not government. But there's no such thing as, if you're not paying in a certain amount, that is not equivalent to taking something out of the Treasury. No, sir. I know what you're doing. You are trying to juxtapose people who are getting something from the Treasury as equivalent to corporate entities not paying as much in as you'd like them to, as equivalent as taking.
Andrew, you know this for a fact. There's certain companies that we know that didn't pay, that's made billions that didn't pay any revenue and taxes.
Okay, so no. Yeah, and they're all on the inside of government, General Motors and General Electric. But that's not the point. That's not the point. What I'm trying to demonstrate for you, that there's a physical, not metaphysical, physical difference between taking something out of the Treasury and not putting something in. If a business does not put in as much as you would like them to, that is not physically equivalent as taking something out.
My question, Wilkow, in the sense as far as companies make.
No, I'd like you to focus on that for a second, because I want to make sure that we're clear. You said that the subsidies that are given to people are equivalent to what companies are not paying in taxes because they have good tax attorneys.
No, that's not what I said.
That's exactly what you said. You want me to rewind the tape?
Well, let me tell you exactly what I said. Don't make interpretation. I basically said
no. I can rewind the tape, sir. We tape the program every day. You exactly said that the people that were getting these subsidies were the same as these companies who were getting subsidized because they have good tax attorneys. That's what you said.
What I said.
Can you? I don't care if we ruin the tape. You want to play back the tape for this guy?
Play back the tape. so your audience can hear, because I think you're trying to manipulate, and you know where
I'm not manipulating anything. Do you? Okay, I'll make this crystal clear for you. What percentage do you think a business should pay into the government? And if they don't pay in that percentage, what are they getting from the government?
What I'm saying, if the government uses our resources in our country, our security, our fortune as far as Americans being able to afford their product and pay nothing in taxes, that is just as wrong as someone wanting or getting subsidized whatever dollar amount. The two are the same, and they should be lumped as the same as if you care about this country, they should be looked in the same view as far as one taking and another taking, but they just so happen to be individuals versus a corporation. They look
okay. So all right. So not putting in is the equivalent of taking.
Not so. See, you're missing the point. When you have a company that makes money and revenue and takes advantage of our great society.
Okay, now I think I know what you're getting at. You're saying that there's a benefit to residing in the United States. We have a wonderful military, a seemingly just court system, and all that thing that we all collectively pay for. And if somebody's not paying in, it's like they're drawing from this benefit, but they aren't paying for it.
Exactly.
Okay, that is true. Right, that is true. I do not support tax cheats.
Well,
I have never supported tax cheats on this program, sir.
We're talking about companies. I'm saying multi-million-dollar companies who, and let's forget about the tax attorneys for a second.
Well, that's not what you said when you started the phone call. You didn't talk about people who are...
They're the same. That individual that called in your show saying how he was disincentivized, and he should have done this and all this other stuff, they're the same in my view. I mean, as far as individuals taking advantage of our country, not paying taxes, either in the form of individuals or in the form of corporations, are the same.
But that's not what you... Okay, this has gone on way too long. That's not what you start. I got to take my break. You did not start with that. If you want to say that not paying for the things that you use is wrong, I would agree. But if you're going to say that a company using totally legal tax write-offs is like the government giving them something, you're wrong, which is what I tried to demonstrate. We're right, they're wrong. That's the end of the story. The arguments on this radio program cannot be broken.